has struck the right balance. But clearly, by putting herself at a fork in the road and presenting one path as impeachment and the other as prison, she got under Donald Trump's skin again.
She did. I want to go back to my friend Sean. Is that
Please,
okay?
Yeah.
So I haven't been on the show.
Go wherever you want to go.
I haven't been on the show in a little while, so I want to warn everyone in the booth. I'm about to use some language that might need to be bleeped out. I think it's legal to say this.
Okay.
I yield to no one in my tendency to call bullshit on people at Fox News when they lie. And so, obviously, Sean's full of it, right? And we talk about the hypocrisy of what was on display with this thing last night. It's hypocritical. We talk about lunacy, I think was your phrase. It's lunatic. But it's not those things mostly. What it mostly is the relentless, disciplined, aggressive pursuit of a business model. The business model of Fox News is to create an alternative reality that is destroying the country. And in that alternative reality, Hillary Clinton's a criminal. She was a criminal from the day that Donald Trump said that thing on stage at the first debate, the second debate in 2016, and then on the convention, Republican convention. She's been a criminal then. She's a criminal now. They've created a world where there are tens of millions of people who think Hillary Clinton's a criminal. So Sean's not crazy. He gets what he's doing. That's his business model. And I think to be clear-eyed about it is to understand what they are doing. And it's part of why Nancy Pelosi faces the decisions that she has. I've been critical of her for how she's framed this impeachment debate. And I think she's not speaking clearly about it. I think she's undermining the House's institutional responsibilities to pursue an impeachment inquiry. But the political reality she's confronting is the political reality created by Sean Hannity and his business model built on lies, in fantasy and hypocrisy and bullshit. And that is what she's dealing with every day, is that there are tens of millions of people who not only haven't read the Mueller report, but don't think there's anything bad in the Mueller report about Donald Trump, and think Hillary Clinton to this day should be in jail. And until we get past that somehow, and I have no idea how to get past it, but until we get past it, it's going to be the political challenge that someone like Nancy Pelosi has to navigate on this question.
Well, you just turned this in a different direction and put away what I was going to talk about, and let's have this conversation, because part of the reason
I hope that's okay.
No, it's fine with me. You can talk to my producers later. But part of the reason Donald Trump won was because no one ever had a symmetrical debate with him. There is an asymmetry in this country, because the alternate reality is the reality in which Donald Trump thrives. It's where hand size matters. It's where not only do people think that Hillary Clinton committed crimes, which Jim Comey came out and said the opposite was true at the
Helping
end.
Donald Trump to win the election.
Investigation. But it's a reality where spying occurred, and we now have. So I guess the bottom line is, if this is a play and it's all bullshit, as you said, the play's in its second season, and they've actually recast the Attorney General. Sessions is out and Barr is in. I mean, it's getting more dire. And do you?
We have an Attorney General who has embraced the Fox News world of bullshit, is what's happened, and that's a hugely scary thing for the country.
Well, not only that, but I also think if we go back to where all of this sort of anger comes from, there's this difference in what Trump has done and how he's presented this, and also what Nancy Pelosi did. Bear in mind, what Nancy Pelosi said was behind closed doors. Yeah. It was a closed-door conversation that she was having with staff that happened to link out. It's not something that she has run on. Look, I've been, I was just at the conference with the Rev in Atlanta yesterday. Maxine Waters comes out and says, impeach 45, right? But she doesn't say throw him in jail. She says, impeach 45, and I think he's a criminal. There is a big difference in sort of the tone and tenor and behavior of public officials who say, I think this person has committed an act and I think they should be held responsible, and this president who basically says, if I don't like you, I will call you names, I will threaten you with prison, I will threaten everybody in your family with prison, and I don't care if there's any justification for it.
But I think the other point that you're making is that you're making a point about the reality.
Well, yes.
And you're making a point about a distinction. And I actually disagree with you. I think Nancy Pelosi is fine to have things leak out about wanting to, because she's trying to appease a caucus that would like to see her proceed with impeachment a lot more aggressively than she is. But no one has an answer to the problem John Island's identified, which is that an alternate reality has been created. It's now in its second season, heading into another presidential campaign, and there are no. I mean, we're going to spend the rest of the day figuring out what to do with your bad word. I mean, there is no parallel to what the president says and does and what Fox News, how they cover it.
I think that's exactly right. Look, Fox News, not only are they divorced from reality and Donald Trump is divorced from reality, Fox News is just a dangerous political force. And let's be clear, they've been doing this for a very long time. They did it during Obama while Republicans on the Hill were obstructing him. The way that they went after him constantly, it was personal. It was really personal, not really about the policy, but it was a personal attack. And so what Donald Trump is doing is he does this all the time. He rises up people's negatives. He brings them to his level so that for him, it's a false choice, right? And that's the trick here. He did that in 2016. He's doing that with Nancy Pelosi. There's nothing new, but he's doing it with Nancy Pelosi because he fears Nancy Pelosi. She holds the key. She's the one that's going to decide if he's going to be impeached or not. And now he's hearing, she wants to throw him in jail. That enrages him. And she's a woman. Look, Nancy Pelosi did not become the first speaker ever in the House, and also the most powerful woman in politics without understanding how to deal with an entitled man. And she knows how to deal with him, right? And this is where we are today. And so that's what you're seeing from him. I don't think he was scared of Hillary Clinton, but he's scared of Nancy Pelosi.
Rep, I want to know why he's more afraid of prison than impeachment.
Well, I think that there's several things that we must remember. One, anytime you bring up Pelosi, he is